What's up guys, Notoh here and welcome back to another Command Conquer 3 King's Wrath video. This is going to be another commentary. This is DVMIR versus Playtolose, who is a Smurf of Bike Crush, and don't see the point of talking on, so let's just get right into this game. This is a random mirror, so neither player knows what each other's playing, but starting on the bottom right hand side of Tiberium Rift, it is the Red Steel Talons. It's Playtolose, aka Bike Crush. So, he's going power plant first, just going for that standard build that most players go for. Then, starting as the green Reaper 17 in the top left-hand side of Tiberium Rift, this is DVMIR. And DVMIR, not really a player I've seen or watched his games much at all, but he's good enough to play against Bike Crush and for Bike Crush to upload that replay. So, I'm guessing that's, like, he's probably a really good player. Or probably good player, at least. But now, Bike Crush just going for those scouts. He's gonna spot the buzzer. DVMIR will know that Bike Crush's Steel Talons based on the just upgrades that you can do by highlighting over. So those buzzers will take down that rifle squad in the middle of the map, but over towards the north, Bike Crush has other rifleman squads. He's gonna draft one to take out those buzzers. Both players have their spike. This map, Tiberium Rift, both players get one spike apiece. And now we are going to have War Factory coming out for both players, pretty identical timings. And yeah, just scouting going on. Both players will get a vision of the enemy's base, and both players looking like they're going for an eco. Bike Crush on a second harvester, DVMIR has a second harvester. So Reaper versus Steel Talons, both are kind of like the heavy hitters in terms of armor and such as their factions. A lot of players though do believe that like Reaper is quite a strong faction, and Steel Talons is considered probably the weakest faction all of King's Wrath. So Bike Crush definitely not getting the favor in the random draw here, but at the same time, he's probably the best player right now, currently. Like, one of the best for sure. So, that could possibly balance out, but Bike Crush just going for that little bit of harass on DVMIR's power plant. We will see Bike Crush expanding. Basically, identical timings for both these players. They are both just ecoing and getting that good money. Bike Crush though, going for blue tip. DVMIR will spot this out with his buzzer, but yeah, it's still Bike Crush. Blue tip is huge in these kinds of matchups, just because it does give obviously double that money. Let's see if DVMIR does anything to try to stop that. But it looks like he won't be. He's gonna get his refinery out, I believe. Yeah, he's gonna get his refinery out, or that's just a power plant. My bad. Yeah, so it has expansion, same with Bike Crush, both putting down player plants in identical places. This match is quite mirrored. DVMIR going for blue tip, but Bike Crush has grabbed it all, so that's going to be a wasted harvester trip, and that's a harvester off the line for a significant amount of time. This rifleman squad just causing some just annoyances for DVMIR, has to pay that money. He still has this buzzer in Bike Crush's base. Bike Crush has done nothing to stop it. He's fine if DVMIR scouts him. And really, neither player has units. They're both just ecoing. This is just... How much cash are they floating? So
our base is under attack.
Both players are floating about $1,000 each and aren't really producing units. Like, they're just producing harvesters. Just pure eco. Are both players like building up to late game tech or something? Because... Or 5. So there's 5 on... Not 5. What am I saying? There's actually 6 on the main field for DVMIR. He's going to pull 2 away. And now his expansion will have 5 as well. So that's like 10 harvesters out on the field. That's actually a lot, considering most of the time you build like 8 to 9 harvesters and just pull one over when this field is done. Just because you end up having just a lot of excess harvesters and it's not the most efficient. But we will see a crane coming up for DVMIR. Definitely not the building I expected, but he will have that double build queue. He's gonna double put down those power plants, and Bike Crush finally producing units. He's gonna be producing some Wolverines. Probably the strongest like feature Steel Talons has at their disposal. They are an amazing anti-infantry unit, especially when they get AP ammo. Bike Crush not researching it. Yeah, he's not researching APM yet, but he's going to be producing rocket squads, or missile squads, and so he's looking to go for Wolverines plus Imp Spam, which seems like good. which definitely it's quite a strong combination. The Wolverines provide the really good anti-imp and potentially good anti-armor with the AP ammo, and then the rocket squads provide good anti-building and also good anti-armor. But we will see 2 shard walkers coming up from DVMIR. He's going to get some sort of scouting. He's going to spot out this Wolverine. But this Wolverine, it doesn't have AP ammo, and Wolverines without AP ammo aren't actually that great. There's 3 more shard walkers in the south over here. They're going to chase these Wolverines away, as they will win that matchup if the Wolverine does not have AP ammo. Bike Rush researching now, about 80% of the way done. There are good eco for both players are pretty much even here. Both players just producing their equivalent anti-infantry tier 1 unit. Shard walkers for DVMIR, Wolverines for Bike Rush, but he also has the missile squads, which are definitely quite a good counter to these shard walkers. But DVMIR going to get that tier 2, going to get that attenuated force fields upgrade, gets the shields on those shard walkers. Orca Strike coming in. That will inform DVMIR that Bike Rush does have an airfield, and some players just do that to try to distract them. But meanwhile, we have a fight going on. These missile squads are actually going to tear through all these shard walkers, and we actually do also have a Titan out on the field for Bike Rush. These shard walkers are going to be forced to fall back, as this force will, for the most part, destroy them. Yeah, so this AP ammo Wolverines now, quite a strong force, especially when they're in numbers, and they do have numbers. There will be the expansion of DVMIR, which is a bit ahead of Bike Rush, but at the same time, Bike Rush does have his significant edge in terms of forces, and Bike Rush all of a sudden has tucked up to tier 3 fast, has those mammoth tanks, and he's probably researching railguns right now if I had to guess. Bike Rush also producing Firehawks though, and they do have that Stratofighter upgrade, and he's going to get the crane of DVMIR. So that crane, instantly DVMIR loses that build queue. And only 1 Firehawk, I believe. Did one get picked off? Or is he just have more than 1 airfield? Oh no. So he does have that 2 Firehawks. Stratofighter upgrade, allows him to fly anywhere on the map. He also does have hard points, really good. Upgrade makes them get that extra bombs or missiles. And the mammoth tanks with the Titan, singular Titan that I do not see. Oh yeah, it's right there. So the mammoth tanks and the Titan have railguns, and that's going to do quite a lot of damage. Bike Rush now producing quite a strong force, and that is a lot of harvesters. That is 7 harvesters on Bike Rush with 1 refinery. DVMIR even has 1 harvester from his main actually leeching here. Bike Rush could definitely pick that off. I'm not sure if he sees it. Yeah, he does see it. But now, actually in the midfield, both players just kind of dancing around the issues here. And not fighting each other. DVMIR though has Reaper tripods, and those Reaper tripods, they do have force field generators. They do have conversion reserves. That makes them quite a force to be reckoned with. And yeah, so both players having their equivalent, actually really equivalent units. More Titans though being produced for Bike Rush, and now he has quite a large force. The Wolverines, a lot of them looks like they have been picked off back when those shard walkers and Wolverines did skirmish. But at the same time, some Titans are going to be pushing through, looking to either, I'm not sure what Bike Rush is trying to do with his Titan pushing through. It might actually just be a misclick, and he is going to send those back. That is a lot of units, that's a lot of mammoth tank, that's a lot of Titans, and that will steamroll quite a lot. That is quite possibly the very, it's definitely the strength of Steel Talons, is that they have a very, very strong late game when it comes to if they can get railguns, if they can get a massive units. Bike Rush also does have adaptive armor, so he can pull units back and give them that extra armor, which is very good. And yeah, definitely the strength of Steel Talons is that late game, they can get a lot of units. The issue comes is that most of the time they can't get them fast enough before the enemy destroys you. But there's a growth stimulator on the blue field that's going to be seen instantly, and that Titan's going to pick it off. That was a weird decision from the side of DVMIR, but at the same time, he has blue shards now. He has Reaper tripods fully upgraded. And now both players potentially steamrolling each other. That is a harvester, that is Stray. They're just harvesting blue tip. Those Titans with railguns are going to eat those harvesters for breakfast. And now Wolverines looking to go into DVMIR's main base. There's actually not any defenses here. There is a portal that could produce distance, but it happens to be that APM and Wolverines are really good at taking down distance. There is also the tier 3 for DVMIR exposed. That is what he's relying on for, in general, all his tripods. But now he's going to be pushing through this main field. He's going to be pushing back these Titans. A Hexapod will be produced. I believe that's at his third base. But now these Blue Shards and these Reaper tripods will pick off some of these Titans. And now there will be a full engaged Shockwave artillery going to be coming down. And that Shockwave will actually take down quite a lot. Will EMP a couple of Reaper tripods, but also take down a lot more. Adaptive armor coming through for a couple of the Titans, but the Man Tanks now fighting, taking a lot of damage from these conversion reserve tripods, but at the same time, that's a really good stasis from DVMIR. Isolates half of Bike Rush's force and gives them free pickings on these Mammoth Tanks, but at the same time, that's a lot of Mammoth Tanks, and that's, the stasis will go undone. These tripods won't stand a chance versus all this force of Bike Rush. And even Bike Rush is going to get these harvesters in to mine the blue tip. The Hexapod is somewhere, but I'm not sure where. But, yeah, these tripods just getting taken down. Lightning Spike getting dropped down. It's going to get really easily killed. I think he was just trying to take down one or two of the tripod husks. Hexapod will be at the third. It does not have anything in it right now, which is definitely not something you want. You obviously, most of the time, you really want something in your Hexapod. It's what makes the Hexapod so strong. But he's producing infantry. That's more than likely going to be his garrison for the Hexapod. Bike Rush, I'd expect him to be producing a Marv. Actually, I don't see it anywhere in the map. He's just going to stick with these Mammoth Tanks and Titans. He's actually also going to reclaim the one tripod that did not get totally trampled by the Mammoth Tanks and Titan. So, that is quite that harvester. Yeah, DVMIR losing control of his harvesters. He's really getting them easily picked off by Bike Rush, and now Bike Rush has just so many units. He has so many rocket squads. And now anti-infantry has to be produced. This Hexapod will have shocks in it. Yeah, that is 3 shock troopers for it. But there's just really not any anti-infantry. And even if there was anti-infantry, most likely it would get taken down by this massive amount of tanks that Bike Rush has. And Bike Rush, he's proving why he's such a good player. He's just, no matter the faction he gets dealt, he's doing so well. These Mammoth Tanks, this tripod, all these missile squads, going to be tearing through the main base of DVMIR, and he really doesn't have anything left other than his tier 2, which doesn't actually really provide that much useful right now. Bike Rush having a harvester go away, but it looks like it's actually going to be a base trade. DVMIR and his few tripods that he does have are going to be moving in and trying to take down Bike Rush's base. That's really the only hope he has, but at the same time, Bike Rush has a couple of units to defend it, including these Grenadiers, but these Grenadiers are going to be taken down. And really, Bike Rush has Hammerheads. Bike Rush just massed Hammerheads. It's over. Bike Rush is gonna be beating DVMIR. DVMIR has no real anti-air other than this Hexapod, but so many Hammerheads for Bike Rush. He can probably put, yeah, he's Steel Towns, he doesn't have zones. I was about to say zones. But no, he's going to be putting rocket squads in them. And while Bike Rush, and yeah, even though the first 2 bases he had are taken out, same with DVMIR, and Bike Rush has a way larger force that there is a Hexapod. It does have 2 Corruptors, but the chance that it's going to take down this many Mammoth Tanks, especially with a tripod that could potentially get close in EMP, this tripod does need to be focused down if he doesn't want EMP to happen, because that is really going to mess him up. But we will see the Tiberium asteroid, I can't remember what that superpower is actually called, raining down. It's going to take down Bike Rush's force. This could actually be the way DVMIR saves himself. The Titans are getting taken down, and the Hammerheads are playing the tripods up in the north. Although Bike Rush, he's lost a lot of his base. Now all he really has left is the Hammerheads. But these Mammoth Tanks, they're all going to get taken down by these Disintegrators along with this tripod. This tripod taking a lot of damage, but it has so many Corruptors healing it. This Mammoth Tank is the last one Bike Rush will have towards his base, and the rest of the missile squads will be falling back. Hammerheads are there for Bike Rush, and they will take down his tripod force, which he could definitely get engineers. But, wait, did the MCV get taken down for Bike Rush? So there's this one Mammoth Tank, there's these missiles. Bike Rush's MCV got taken down. The Titans actually got Bike Rush's MCV. meaning that he only has a War Factory, so he could definitely produce an MCB that's going to set him back and give DVMIR a chance to come back in this game. These Corruptors happen to be very good anti-infantry. They are taking down these missile squads, and well, he's going for that Warp Chasm. Although, really, this Mammoth Tank, it's going to get taken down by his since Bike Rush knows it. And now, he will get an MCB, finally. And he is going to get in barracks. Pick up this couple of tripods, because tripods are a very good tier 3 unit. Mammoth Tank has some rocket squads coming in from the east, and they are going to do a lot of damage. These Hammerheads also coming in, but the Hexapod with his Shock Trooper garrisons will possibly take down those Hammerheads very easily. Bike Rush, now there's no real Tib left on the map. Both players had their first and second bases destroyed, so theoretically they could re-expand and harvest it, because there actually is quite a lot of Tib, especially for DVMIR, which is exactly what he's doing. Bike Rush, not so much. So DVMIR definitely with the potential to come ahead. Both players do have their spike still, actually. I'm very surprised that Bike Rush, with all his forces in this area, didn't actually take down DVMIR's spike. But these Descents will be targeting this Mammoth Tank. This Mammoth Tank has its adaptive armor right on, so it can't really defend itself. But the Hammerheads, AP ammo Hammerheads come in. There's a couple of veteran ones as well in there. That Mammoth Tank, very low on health, but at the same time, nothing it can really do about it. Nothing DVMIR can really do about it. So now these Hammerheads, Bike Rush is going to be expanding to DVMIR's his original base, but DVMIR doing the same thing for his second base. So this is potentially where conflict could square off. The Hammerheads, though, they're coming, and there is a shard missile battery that will do quite a bit of damage. Hammerheads really don't like the AAA from Scran factions in general, especially when they have that charge upgrade. But at the same time, there's only one of these batteries, so they won't be able to actually really take down all these Hammerheads, especially considering these Hammerheads can kite. They are potentially going to be running to this Hexapod. Bike Rush is actually moving basically all his forces to DVMIR's original base. Tib is going to be harvested, but Bike Rush doesn't have a refinery down, actually. So these harvesters are going to have to move a long way, and this is where they can potentially be intercepted really easily. Bike Rush sending out that combat engineer. Looks like he's going to try to take down DVMIR's spike. There is the Titan as well here, so a new vehicle that DVMIR sends to protect it could definitely get taken down. But that engineer is going to be caught out by these blue shard walkers, and the Hexapod now rolling into Bike Rush's third base. The massive sell-off, and now Bike Rush potentially looking to base trade. There's the MCV here taking moderate damage from the Titans, but there's no real forces that DVMIR has other than his Hexapod force, which is all the way in the north chasing down Bike Rush's base. Bike Rush still has this refinery, which is actually very important, because Bike Rush, this is his only refinery in the entire game, and he might not actually have the money to produce another one. DVMIR should definitely take down this refinery. Like, he is Reaper 17, so he does have that support power, that Tiberium vibration scan. You could see that Bike Rush doesn't actually have another refinery and take this down. That is exactly what he's going to do. This refinery is going to get taken down. Bike Rush no longer does have a refinery. These units are more than likely going to be what he has to live with, but he will actually produce one last second. That is good for him. Although the harvesters, that is a harvester full of Tiberium. There's 3 harvesters full of Tiberium that are potentially in very easy pickings to take off. But the Hexapod, with however many Corruptors it has on it, is going to be now moving towards this west base. Bike Rush having to make do with low amount of buildings. There is the tripod husk that DVMIR could definitely take for $500 to get a half-health tripod. These husks, though, looks like they're going to be taken down. Unless he wants to come. Okay, one husk will be taken down, but not all of them. The Hammerhead's going for these Corruptors with those rockets. These Corruptors taking a massive amount of damage. This Hexapod, though, doing that splash with its shocks garrisons. It is a veteran Hexapod, but these Hammerheads, a lot of them are veteran. Or at least back when I saw them, the veteran Hammerheads might have gone taken down. But DVMIR still doesn't really have that much AA, so there is these Titans now. These Titans are getting produced, and they're doing quite a lot of damage. The Corruptors in reverse move right there. That's going to actually mess up. Silo is going to block, and because the Titans are walkers, they can shoot over the silo, but the thing is, the Corruptors can't really And so now this Hexapod doing as much damage as it possibly can to these Titans, but at the same time all the Corruptors are dead, so the Hexapod has no heals. It's going to do a lot of damage to these Hammerheads, and 3 of these Hammerheads are insanely low, but at the same time there's so many Titans. DVMIR doesn't really have many other forces. He has a couple of tripods, but they're in no position to help. This is an elite Hexapod, and it will do some damage. At the same time, these Titans, they're doing so much damage. DVMIR, he's forced to phase his Hexapod to get out of there. But the thing is, the phase doesn't last forever. He's going to need to actually send some forces to save it, because for now, these Titans and these Hammerheads are faster than this Hexapod. They'll be able to keep up with it. The only real hope DVMIR has is crushing these Titans. At the same time, they're still doing damage, because the phase doesn't make the Hexapod invincible. It just gives it quite a bit more armor. Now these Railgun Titans just eating away, but now the tripod's coming in, DVMIR coming to save his Hexapod with the Blue Shard Walkers. And now these Titans from Bike Rush, they are going to more than likely get taken down. The Hexapod's nearly dead, but the Blue Shard Walkers are going to actually save. The Hexapod goes down, but so do all the Hammerheads. And now these Titans, a lot of them have adaptive armor enabled, and yeah, a lot of them do have an adaptive armor enabled, but at the same time they're going to get taken down. There are Shock Troopers here. They do not have any upgrades. They do not have blink pads blacks. They do not have plasma disc launchers, both of which are the things that really make Shock Troopers good. But at the same time, where's DVMIR's MCV? Okay, DVMIR producing another Hexapod. I'm not sure where his MCV is. It's not where it used to be. Is he moved it north or? Nope. Does MCV get like taken down, or did he sell it? I could actually see him selling the MCV here because he really needs the cash flow. But let's see if DVMIR has a build queue. Yeah, no, he doesn't actually have build queue. So that he probably sold it for the money, because he did definitely need that money to keep it going, and he's probably could produce. Oh wait, he's screwing. He doesn't actually have an airfield. That means he can't actually produce another MCV. He has no more buildings to produce. And now, Bike Rush beaconing something? I'm not sure what he was beaconing. Yeah. But there will be Harvesters in the blue field. Titans, we've already seen this earlier this match, what happens with Titans and their railguns on Harvesters. They don't like it. One Harvester from DVMIR getting taken down. And now, as we look towards the north, Bike Rush he looks like he's massing Titans. He doesn't have any tech of any sort, and this is his only war factory. He does have refineries, and his economy's keeping going decently well. DVMIR putting in those 3 Shock Troopers once again for his Hexapod. Bike Rush is going to be putting down a second war factory so he can get more production of his Tib, because he has quite a lot of Tib, because he produced so many Harvesters in the early game. DVMIR, on the other hand, has lost quite a bit of Harvesters, because they keep on going to blue Tib automatically, and Bike Rush has been focusing on the blue Tib quite a lot. The Hexapod, though, is going to attack. There is the silo with blocking the Watchtower. That is a trick Bike Rush, it seems he likes to do a lot, gives that production. But the Blue Shard Walkers, they are going to be taking down the infantry that Bike Rush is producing, but at the same time there are quite a lot of Titans. They do a lot of damage to really vehicles in general with these railguns. And now, a lot of barracks being placed down. There's actually 3 barracks for Bike Rush right now. A lot of silos being produced down. Yeah, just all these Titans, they are going to be fighting, and this is actually some really good building block, isolating the rest of Bike Rush's units from the Hexapod, and it's going to actually save. It is going to prevent the Blue Shard Walkers from doing a lot of damage, but that same Tiberium meteorite, whatever it is called, is going to rain down on Bike Rush's base. It is going to produce a massive Tiberium field for him later if he does not win this engagement, but at the same time, that does quite a lot of damage. A lot of the Harvesters are very low, as well as some of the Titans. The Watchtower is still going to be raining some damage onto these Corruptors, but it's 1 HP and it's going to get taken down any second. This Hexapod is going to be steamrolling through Bike Rush's base, but did Bike Rush have some secret engineer? Bike Rush had some secret engineer. There is a mothership being produced, and it looks like it's going to fire on DVMIR's own base. DVMIR firing a mothership on his own base. He wipes out Bike Rush, but at the same time, DVMIR's only building left is this refinery. Bike Rush has an engineer. Okay, he's sending so many engineers. He knows all he has to do is capture this extractor, and there's no real defense for it. DVMIR mothershipped his own base. Bike Rush captured his war factory. And now the massive engineers are going to be coming in, and it looks like DVMIR knows he's defeated. His forces are just totally out of position, and that will be good game. DVMIR has been defeated in really a thrilling end of the game. Bike Rush pulling away despite looking very glim at times. And let's look at the units. Bike Rush had so many units at one point in time, and DVMIR had so much more money, but Bike Rush still coming back. That was a great game. Thank you all for watching it with me today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Notoh. Till next time, I'll see ya.